Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about 9 bad money habits that I had that kept me broke. Let's get right into it. The first one is I pretty much used to spend all that I had. And so I would just see if I had anything left over, but as long as my bills were paid, I would pretty much just spend what I had. Number 2, the next one is that I would do obligations. I would make sure that I was fitting in with other people. So if other people wore certain clothing or everybody else was buying something, for example, it could be anything, a brand new product that came out that everybody was raving about. If everyone else was buying it, my friends were buying it, I bought it. Think about this for a moment. Any new product that comes out, it could be an electronic, it could be also a food product, a beauty product, it doesn't, weight loss product, it doesn't matter what. What everybody is talking about today and how fabulous it is, are they talking about that same product and how fabulous it is a year later? 9 times out of 10, they're on to something else and you don't hear about that old product anymore. Number 3, I used to depend on credit. Yes, I've always had a, and maybe not always, but I did have a good credit rating, but I would use my charge cards and I did end up paying interest on it. That's back in my when I was in my 20s, I ended up getting a job at Sally's Beauty Supply so that I could finally become debt-free. And I think I became completely debt-free at age 24. But before that, if I wanted something, I would put it on a department store. I had a lot of department store credit cards, and I'd put it on that. And I figured, you know what, as long as I can pay the minimum balances, but I never figured out how much interest that I had on that. So yes, they loved me because I was paying it out and I paid on time, but it didn't help me because I was paying much more for whatever I was buying. Number 4, I absolutely had no budget. I would just pay bills in as they came in. Number 5, I thought, and this brings it back to the bills, I actually thought that I was doing good because I was paying my bills. I always made paying my bills a priority. We've heard of folks that maybe get their paycheck and they go spend it on things that they want. They may go out, they may spend it on all the things that they want and see what they have left over to pay their bills. So the one thing that I did that was good is I made sure all of my bills were paid. Whether it was a bus pass, electricity, rent. I did have a college loan. Actually, if you can believe this, I paid that off sooner, but my college loan was only $55 a month. So I made sure all of my bills were paid, but then anything left over I would spend. So I thought, oh, I'm really frugal and doing a great job with my budget because I'm making sure to pay my bills. And it was just minimum that I was doing that. Number 6, I didn't prepare for any kind of emergency or future. I just took things one day at a time. Number 7, obviously because of this, I was living above my means and buying a lot of things that I just didn't need. Back in my 20s, for example, I bought a lot of really cute clothes, but I was paying full price for it. Now, I buy things at a discount if I can get them, and I don't buy a lot of clothes because why have a lot of them? They say we only wear about 20% of what we have. For example, this sweater that I have on is so old, I can't even tell you how old it is. Now that's old. Number 8, I had a low income mindset. Part of that was because I knew people that were making more than me, and other people would say, you know what, you're doing good. You know what, you have your bills paid and you're doing a great job and you don't make a lot of money, so you should treat yourself. That's the biggest thing that I notice a lot of people do, is people love to validate one another about, you've had a hard week, you got to treat yourself. Life is too short. We deserve these things. And I've heard that a lot. And I'm not saying we shouldn't have a balance of that. I definitely think life is to be enjoyed, but I think also we have to find some balance with all of that. That's just my opinion for my life. Okay, number 9, impulse buying. I did a lot of I went shopping a lot, and I impulse buyed. If I want it, I would get it. I wouldn't ask myself questions such as, do I need it? Do I have a place to put it? If I thought it was cute or nice and I liked it, I would buy it. I did a lot of impulse buying and didn't think things through. These were some of the money habits that I had to keep that kept me broke. And when I mean broke, yes, I had enough money to pay my bills, but if a true emergency came up, I didn't have enough money to cover it. So guess what? I've certainly learned a lot since my 20s and my 30s, and I definitely do things differently now. I am going to, however, talk about some bad money habits that I still fall into sometimes, and I'll do a video on that coming up. By the way, if you enjoyed this video, please hang around and be part of our Frugal family. There's a lot of fantastic comments. I learned so much from all of you wonderful folks. Also, if any of you are interested in more personal videos, please consider supporting me over on Patreon. I love you, I appreciate you, and like I always say, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.